All right, so now I have 12 pending challenges. So let's play some more people. Can I name any lines that are as fun as a Traxler against low-rated players? The Stafford Gambit. So much fun. All right, let's play. Let's just play this guy. First one to challenge me. Board framing looks okay. All right. Speaking of Stafford Gambit, maybe I'll play it if he takes on e5. Will he take? A lot of people will play knight c3. He's thinking, okay, knight c3. So we're not going to get the Stafford. We'll have a 4 knights. I enjoy playing this against lower rated players. a3. He's playing like me. a3 is usually what I like to play as white because if bishop c5, there's knight takes e5. So I think what I'll do is play a reverse Halloween Gambit. Because a3 and the Halloween Gambit shouldn't be too useful. And now, okay, I'm sacking a piece for a pawn center. Not the most sound opening, but it is a fun opening. Comparable to the Traxler. Black sacrifices early, get some initiative. I think this is most effective if white were to play g3 instead of a3, because then the knight wouldn't have access to g3. Knight c3 I don't think is the best move, but maybe it's playable. Because I can play this, and this knight is now kicked. Only safe square is g1. And this is usually the point. If white wants to save a knight, he has to undevelop. And then I can just continue developing. Do I have enemies? I don't know if I have enemies, but I'm willing to play them if I do. The stream title is, what is it? Playing viewers, enemies, fans, something else, and subscribers. All right, let's play bishop c5. Looks normal. I want a castle. And white is being materialistic, which maybe it'll pay off, but hopefully it won't. Like now, okay, white is long ways away from castling, and I'm a short ways away from castling, and I just want to attack f2 very soon. f3. This guy clearly does not listen to Ben Feingold. I mean, the first impression is taking queen h4 and win h2. So bishop takes g1, rook takes g1, queen h4, g3 takes h2, rook g2, queen h1. And then I'm threatening bishop h3. You could take bishop h3, rook f2. Play g4, or I could play queen h4 first, but then g3. I'm tempted just to castle here. Get a rook to e8. Because I don't really want to give away my bishop, even if I'm winning a pawn. If I castle, he takes twice on e4, I have queen h4, knight g3, rook e8. Knight e2. If bishop e2, maybe queen d4, and then f2 is a target. Let's just castle. This is more of an intuitive move. I could calculate a lot, but I think just preparing the simple rook e8 should be offering black a lot of resources. Okay, so bishop e2. So I still have the possibility of taking queen h4 and winning the pawn. Still have rook e8. Still very tempted to play rook e8. Let's play rook e8. More intuition. Yeah, what is a theory on the Traxler? I feel like white gets some slight advantage. in the line with bishop takes f7 and like bishop b3. But I don't really know. It's not really an opening I studied for either side. Julian Proleko in the chat. He's a theoretician, so he probably knows better than me. Can I just take the pawn? I could en passant, but don't know if that leads to anything. Let's just take with a knight. I mean, I'm dominating the center. I'm still down a piece, but it doesn't feel like it. Okay, he takes. Probably just take back with pawn, unless there's anything better. Queen h4, g3. Well, let's just take. Or do I? Thinking about queen f6. Looks interesting. Well, I'll take first. If bishop e3, I have knight takes c2, winning the bishop. Meanwhile, this knight has issues developing. And even if the knight could develop and white could castle, there'd still be my bishop. So he's playing bishop e3. This might actually be the best move. Knight f3 looks tempting too. Knight takes c2 is simpler. Knight f3. He takes with pawn. I have queen h4. That looks really fun. If he takes with bishop, I just take with pawn. If he takes with knight, I take with pawn. He takes, I take. Knight f3. Oh wait, I'm allowing some queen trade though. And I don't want a queen trade. Okay, so let's take on c2. Now this bishop is nice. Preventing him from castling. Also my queen is preventing him from castling. So castling would be extra illegal. And I think the threat is just something like queen f6, where it's very hard to stop queen f2. Like rook d1 would probably make me very happy. Rook d1, queen f6. He has knight takes e4, but I think I can just take back. Because f2 is a mate threat. And knight h3, I just take it with my bishop. Okay, so he takes on e4 right away. Queen h4 forces knight g3. There might be some forcing line here, like queen h4, knight g3, bishop takes g1, rook takes g1, queen takes h2, hitting these juicy pieces. And I'm probably winning a piece back, but he does have king f2. So maybe I'm not winning a piece back. I mean, I have bishop f5 here. Looks attractive. If rook d1, I can just take the knight. Bishop d3. I could take with rook and play queen h4. Let's play bishop f5. When in doubt, develop. And I have the bishop pair. Bishops are so strong, and it's a pin. And queen h4 is still on the horizon. Yeah, if I were white, I would be terrified. Which is probably why they call this Halloween Gambit. Like, this is very terrifying if you hold on to material like this. Okay, so I was looking at rook takes e4, bishop takes e4, queen h4. Should be good enough, because if g3 I take and then eventually win the rook. Anything better? Oh, let's just do this. King e2. King e2, I should have something. Actually, if bishop takes e4, queen h4, king e2, I have queen f2, king d1 and rook d8, and I'm just mating. Or even queen f1 mate immediately. So this is nice. I'm forbidden to play the Halloween Gambit if it's not Halloween. No one told me that. It's time for some foreign drink. I don't know what these letters mean. I don't even know what language this is. Maybe Japanese? Any Japanese people in the chat? Oh, this is green tea. I didn't realize it has an English side too. Ah, it's sweet. I was expecting no sweetness. Maybe it's not Japanese. I thought Japanese people don't make green tea sweet. It's like against the law or something. Well, now rook d4 looks really enticing. There's probably multiple ways to win this. Let's just play rook d4. Because I'm pinning the bishop, and it's attacked 3 times. Hey, Zen chess. My opponent mouse slipped. He says mouse slip, but whatever, it's lost anyway. I wonder if he meant to play king here? It would still be lost. Probably. I think takebacks work, but only on like the move that was just played. If king e2, king e2 would actually make me think. Maybe I would just play bishop g4 and then move the rook back. It looks very fun. And black's not even down a piece of king e2. So now king e2. Oh, now I take the bishop and win the queen. Life is good. I am Victor is half Japanese. Close enough. Alright, so if he plays on, I'll have to mate somehow. Rook d2 is probably the first and foremost threat. Can I still play rook d2? If knight takes, queen takes, if king takes here, queen d3, king f4. Rook takes g2. I'm just going to move the bishop back. Bishop will be useful in creating some mating nets. Now the threat is rook e3, probably. Like rook e3. Oh, it's even better here because the king is forced away. Like if f1, then I win the rook. If f2, there's some discovery. Maybe now rook takes f3. Yeah. And then queen f6. I'll bring my other rook in. Life is good. Wow. What a centralized king. But where's the mate? Let's just keep checking until it's mate. Check. I just have to be careful about backrank mates, but okay, this is just about over. Ready to take on b2. Alright, interesting game. a3 and 4 knights. Yeah, it's interesting, but whatever white does in this position, there's aggressive ways to play for black. This was a bit more extreme. But okay, if bishop c4, there's taking. What else? If g3, there's taking. If bishop b5, then it's a bit more symmetrical. But then there's aggressive ways to play later. Alright, so I don't know if there's much to talk about in that game. So let's play another game. Coward Pawn with the usual 100 bits. Thanks, Coward Pawn. Okay, so there's a lot of people now. I think it's time for Siri. 27 pending challenges. Give me a random number between 1 and 27.
The answer is 19.
19. Oh, I don't want to count though. I'll just pick someone in the vicinity of 19. Let's play last to know. Okay, last to know, good luck. E4, is he here? He's here. Play knight f3. What do I want to play? Let's play another Halloween Gambit. If he plays knight f6, I'm just taking on e5. Fun opening. If he doesn't play knight f6, I guess he could develop the bishop. It's 4 a.m. where you are. Hawaii, maybe? Where is it 4 a.m.? Or no, it's... Oh, it's just California, right? Probably California. Okay, I'm taking on e5. We have another Halloween Gambit. Great opening. In LA, okay. So now the question is he going to save the knight? Or will he give it back somehow? He saves it. Advance forward. Hey, Mr. White Wabbit. Thanks for the sub. Subbing at 4 a.m. It's 7:17 p.m. in Chiang Mai. Decently normal time. So very similar position to the previous game. Except the previous game, the knight was on c6 rather than g6. But it's still pretty similar. I'm okay if he takes my knight, because then my bishop can develop. And with the knight on g6, it opens up the possibility of f4, f5. So I'm actually very tempted just to play f4 right away. I'm also tempted to play knight e4, leaving the bishop a bit awkward. A little bit indecisive here, because both options look really nice. Leaning towards f4, because f5 just leads to so much fun. And if knight e4 is d5, I would have to take, and his bishop comes back to life. Yeah, let's play f4. So I'm realizing I probably need a better system for handling the challenges. And it would be great if there was some kind of like app or website with like a queue or like a wait list. I'll have to, I don't know, I'll have to do some research. So he still plays d5. Good move. I don't think I want to take, unless I do want to take. If I take, I keep initiative. The bishop can come back, but then if f5 he just takes. So maybe bishop d3, preparing f5. Then he plays bishop f5, but then I play g4. Okay, let's go for this. This is a faster game, so I should probably manage my time. And I'll try and prioritize subscriber challenges over enemy challenges at least. So if you're a subscriber and you want to play, let me know your username in the chat. Probably ask again after this game. Patrick JMT says, I donated $100 other day. I think only I should get to play. Well, I already played you, but if you want another game, I'd be happy to play you again. Okay, I have to take. Still threatening f5. I have the bishop here. Bishop can come to life, my rook can come to life. G4. Is Nathan here? Nathan usually pays me to play G4. But here I don't need to be too incentivized. Because F5 coming next. These pawns are immaculate. Yeah, I like playing people who are really materialistic, will go out of their way to just save material. Because then it's fun to just keep kicking them around. It's like soccer. Like wherever the knight moves, I keep kicking. Like F4. I could play F6 next, kicking this knight. It's all about just keeping initiative and improving while making threats. Can I trap the knight like bishop G5? I think just traps the knight. Yeah, no way to defend. The other knight's pinned. I mean, taking on F5 doesn't really help. So I'll win back the piece and I'll have my immaculate pawn structure intact. F6 I don't think helps either. My opponent is expressing his frustration in the chat. Alright, free knight. If G5 I just take en passant. Not sure what my threat is. I mean, maybe just to play F6. Actually, there's some funny line. F6, knight moves, and then I take, attacking the rook, threatening to queen, and also attacking the queen. Oh, after F6, knight G6, I could also take. Here I just take. The knight's pinned, so if he takes back, I can take here. Now the king has to go to D7. I would like to mate somehow. Bishop F5, king C6. Maybe rook F7 is the simplest. And then the knight is pinned in two directions. Yeah, good enough. And black is about to flag. I feel a little bit bad for my opponent, but that's what happens. Took the piece earlier, you deserve to get punished. And now there's going to be some brutal mate. King here, get the rook into play. My opponent says it has been an honor. Nice game. That was a fun game. Just as fun as the last one. Yeah, F4, F5. I think maybe a better try was bishop F5. That way if I play G4 at least there's taking. But it's still hard to stop F5 from coming. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was fun for me and not my opponent, that's true. Okay, so if you're a subscriber, let me know your Lichess username if you want to play, and if you already sent me a challenge. Subscribers have their like unique subscriber badges. If there's no subscribers, then I'll just play someone random. Only subscriber I see. Oh, Zen Chess. Okay. Let's play Zen Chess. Where's Zen Chess? Zen Chess, where are you? There's so many people. Oh, there he is. Okay. Oh, he's 2150. Highest rated opponent so far. And we're playing casual rapid, 6+3. Imagining another Halloween Gambit. Is this going to happen? Ah, he's playing G3. I wonder if he's playing this because I already mentioned this line. We have a third Halloween Gambit in a row. This is another reverse Halloween Gambit. But this is actually improved compared to the last two because G3 restricts Knight G3. Knight G3 is usually the best move. In this line, I believe pushing? To remember. Or is it D4? I think it's D4. I recorded a series of videos for a course like a month or two ago. I was showing this variation. I think it's D4. D4 followed by like F5. It gets very sharp though. And the idea is, if the knight doesn't move to E4 and moves somewhere else, I want to play E4. If the knight moves to E4, I play F5. And life is good. Okay, so E4. I have some vague memory of like seeing this. I think maybe this exact position in some like high-level tournament. Back when I was a young kid, it was like taking place on board 1. And black just completely destroyed his opponent. So again, my opponent's being materialistic. How to punish him? D3 is a move. Because he wants to play D3 himself. If D3 takes, I have queen E2 check, so he probably won't take. And D3, knight F4, maybe G5. D3, there's knight C3. But then there's knight D4 ideas. Oh, there's even knight B4 ideas, like D3, knight C3, knight B4. D3 seems wrong, but I don't know. I don't see anything concretely wrong with it. Let's play it. If there's something wrong with it, I'll learn something. But there's a few ideas. First idea, if he takes knight take, queen e7 is very hard to stop. If he moves his knight, then queen e7 wins back material. The other idea, if he moves his knight, then knight b4 is pretty much guaranteeing knight c2. And knight c2, like, almost mates a king. Like, he would have to give up his queen. So one of the main lines I calculated was knight c3, knight b4. Takes, queen a4 check, but then I just had bishop d7. Knight c2 would still be coming. So I'm very curious what white is going to do here. Like, even if he's watching the stream and he's listening to these lines, I don't think it's so easy to like stop all these threats. How are you memorizing so much lines, God? It's not about memorizing, it's about kind of internalizing ideas. A lot of lines I don't have stuck in my memory, but I understand different types of positions. Some lines I do just have memorized. I'm assuming white's going to give back a piece. So if I want to, I could play queen e7. I mean, knight b4 still looks attractive. I think he probably has to take on d3. Thinking queen e7. What is he going to do? Queen e7, bishop e2? If knight b4 he probably takes, we trade, queen e2 check, and it's some slightly better endgame. If queen e7. Then at least maybe he'll think. Let's play this. Yeah, he has to block on e2. It's the benefit of having a pawn on d3. This move, well, now knight d4 looks incredibly attractive. Like knight d4, I'm threatening mate, and I'm threatening knight c2. Oh, he has queen a4 though. Ooh, that could have been a problem. That could have been a big problem. So I have knight e5. Then he has bishop g2. I mean, I'm tempted just to play bishop g4 here. Knight takes d3. To be a little bit careful, because queen a4 is a useful resource. Maybe I'll play knight b4. Because white is pretty much stuck. Knight b4. If queen a4, bishop d7. If bishop g2, knight c2, king f1, I take and then win the rook. Let's do this. If he takes on d3, I mate him. Okay, he won't do that. So bishop g2. Okay, so I'm winning the rook. I'll probably end up being up the exchange. I could take on e2 first. Oh, but then he takes with knight. So let's check, take the knight, and then win the rook. I'm going from being down a piece to being up a rook. That's nice. I'll probably lose my knight. But it's going to take time for him to win the knight, and then he'll still be down the exchange. Attila Turzo. That name sounds really familiar. Other streamer, right? Streaming also instructive things on chess.com. Probably more instructive things than me. Welcome to the chat. Alright, so life is good. Halloween Gambit, it's not an opening that I've played so consistently, but these games have been inspirational for me. d4, so wanting to develop the bishop and win the knight. I'm considering bishop f5, or even bishop g4. Let's play bishop g4. If takes on b7, we can trade on e2. Oh, if queen a4 check, actually that could be annoying. Bishop g4, queen a4, but then I have bishop d7. Okay. I think first priority is watching out for counterplay. I'm aware of time. There's 3-second increment. And we're getting close to the point where if white isn't getting any immediate compensation, it shouldn't be too difficult to win. I guess b7 needs some defending. c6, I guess. If white got a rook to e1, it would be more annoying. Thankfully, his king is a bit stuck on f1. And my knight is safe for the time being. Bishop f4, so queen b4 looks attractive. Queen b4, I mean, if we queen trade, I basically just win. If queen d3, then I'll just complete development. Could even take on b2. Queen c1 I forgot about. I mean, if he wants to go to a1 with the queen, I'll let him do so. I think I'll play this. If he plays a3, I can take and counterattack the queen. I need a clock emote. I have a few more emote, like, what you call them, slots. So if people have emote suggestions, let me know. Let's play this. And then I'll castle. And the knight will be a target. The king is tied down to the thing, the knight, and the knight's pinned. And the rook will come to e8 shortly. Maybe my bishop will come to g4. Yeah, it's one of the issues when I stream and play. Sometimes I just forget about time. But I think time is it's not too difficult here. Especially with all the bullet and hyperbullet chess I've been playing recently. A minute and 14 seconds is more than enough. I want to see how I would play if I was white now. If I was white, I would be crying. It just looks so sad. The queen's on a1, the knight's pinned, the rook's out of play, bishops aren't doing anything. Bishop h3 looks attractive. Rook e8's coming next. There's a funny tactic. If bishop g2, I have queen d5. Double pin. King e1 makes me happy. Now the threat might be fancy like takes and rook here, but then there's bishop e3. So maybe my threat is even fancier, bishop g2. Fianchettoing my bishop in white's territory. Bishop g2 could still work, it's not mating. Let's do it. But there's knight c3. But then I take with check. Okay. If he takes on g2, then I'd take the knight and win f2. Yeah, fancy move. Removing the guard. Now the queen on a1 is just going to be stuck. Now I'm attacking the bishop and winning d4. Rook e2 coming soon. Maybe rook d8 too. Forgot I have an extra rook. Queen b1, okay. Play rook d2. If queen c2, I play bishop to b4. And now the bishop's pinned and attacked 3 times. And if rook d1, probably rook d8. Just using everything. People were telling me to use red arrows to make the thumbnails extra spicy. But okay, he resigns. That was a nice finish. Okay, another Halloween Gambit in the bag.